All right, folks, thanks for joining us for The Kick. My name is Kyle Eason, and I'm here with milehighhouse Productions and two very special guests. We have Randi Kleiner and Kaylee Smith Westbrook from SeriesFest. SeriesFest is in season 2, and we're very excited to have them here. Festival taking place here in Denver on June
22nd to the 26th.
Thank you, 22nd through the 26th. And we always begin each show with our guests telling us a little bit about themselves, the highlights, what brought them here today to The Kick. So maybe, Randi, you could start first and tell us about yourself.
Sure. So I have a background in event production. I used to produce events at the Film Society of Lincoln Center, which included producing events for 13 festivals a year, including the internationally renowned New York Film Festival. And since from leaving there, I own my own event production company, and we work with a variety of brands in all different verticals, from entertainment, beauty, fashion, luxury, and produce events all over the country and the world. And it could be anything from a press event, a consumer event, a pop-up store, an installation. Very, very recently, I had the privilege of going to the Vatican with a campaign called Racing Extinction about climate awareness and protecting endangered species. And we actually did the first ever projections on the Vatican. And we, right before that, did the first ever projections on the Empire State Building. So that was a really exciting campaign we did with Obscura Digital, Oceanic Preservation Society, Vulcan Productions, which we're continuing to do. And I've worked with everything from Marc Jacobs to Pepsi to recently Zico Coconut Water and Brooks Running.
Exciting. I mean, that's an amazing career you had. I became familiar with you through SeriesFest, and just learning a little bit about you. It's just been really fun to watch you going all around the world, meeting people, but especially the experience at the Vatican. And if we have time, maybe we'll talk a little bit about what that involved, because I know it was a really unique experience. But let's talk a little bit about Kaylee. What brings you here, Kaylee Smith Westbrook?
Yeah, so I'm actually a Colorado native. I was born in Fort Collins and raised in Denver. And I grew up with a passion and love for storytelling. It started with theater and musical theater. My first role was the second goat in Billy Goat's Gruff. And from there, I went on to do musical theater with Randi at Stage Door Manor, and I grew up taking classes and seeing shows at the Denver Center for Performing Arts. And then from there, I went on to USC and got my BFA in acting, and really just started realizing how much I love stories in all capacity as a producer, as a writer, as a director. So in high school and college, I directed a few plays. And then when I got out of college, I just was kind of bored with the way the industry was working as an actress, and I decided I was going to go make my own opportunities. And I started my own production company, produced a play out in LA that I also acted in, and went and hired the director and got a bunch of friends from USC together. And then in 2007, when the writer's strike happened and everyone was kind of scrambling and didn't know what to do, I took advice from a friend from Colorado that said, go create something for yourself. So I co-wrote, produced, and acted in my own web series. So we shot that in 2008. It's called marryme.com. It's still online. And it was really interesting because at the time I would say, oh, I just shot a web series, and people would be like, I don't understand what's a web series. I'm like, well, it's, short form content. Some episodes are 3 minutes, some are 7, some are 8. So it was really evolving at that time. It was really at the beginning.
There were only like 2 or 3 out there at that time.
Yeah, at that time there were basically 3 other web series. Yeah. So it was very cool to be at the forefront of it and watching the industry change. And since then, I've still been producing my own work, writing, acting. I've been on shows such as Gilmore Girls and The Office. In 2012, I moved to New York to understudy Alicia Silverstone in The Performers on Broadway. And I'm actually in post-production on my first feature film as a producer that I also started.
And that is called People You May Know.
Yes, People You May Know.
Okay.
So.
Well, we're just very excited to have you both here. And as with a lot of creatives, you're also entrepreneurs and doing a lot of different things. And we're really excited to have you here. We always go next to what's your kick? The exciting idea that you have, special idea that inspires and awakens people. And I think it's really all about SeriesFest.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we
Definitely.
both come from creative backgrounds and have had the opportunity on all different levels. And, Kaylee really came to me with the idea, initially it was to add a TV segment into one of the film festivals I was working on. And when I really started to delve to try to figure out how would we do that, I became obsessed with how the industry is sort of evolving right now across digital platforms with brands. And as I started to take, just small network meetings just to kind of ask questions and then figure out how to do this, one question I would always ask is, where do you go to find new content? And the answers were really all over the board, and I was really surprised by that. And then on the flip side, we both knew filmmakers and creators who were out there, just like independent film, creating independent series and pilots. And when we would say to them, like, what do you do with those? It was like, I don't know, it's on my shelf, or it's on YouTube, but again, I don't know. It's been traditionally very hard to break into the network system, but now because of the online access and things like that, there's so many different ways that you can have your work distributed and showcased, and the quality of, as technology has evolved and things like that, I mean, people can shoot pretty incredible stuff, and you don't need multi-millions of dollars all the time. And there's such a, as there was a rise in film, back in the 80s and 90s in independent film, there's a huge rise in, independent television, or we consider the independent television movement. And, that's really how the idea for SeriesFest came to be. We sort of looked and we're like, hold on, there's all of these people out there hungry for diverse and creative content, and a whole group of people out there making it. And everybody's on their own island. If we can bring these people together and create a discovery platform, much like Sundance Film Festival did, for independent film, I think there could be really something exciting here. What the fun part of what we did was we did it very quickly. So Kaylee, as she mentioned, is from Denver. So we flew out here last January and met with the governor's office and with Donald Zuckerman, who introduced us to Britta Erickson at the Denver Film Society. And both of us immediately just felt like this was the right place, the right people, and the right time, and we had the right partners. Denver Film Society has been an incredible partner to us in terms of providing a great infrastructure and home base for us here at the SIE Filmcenter. And then we went and saw Red Rocks, and I was like, what festival has Red Rocks? And so we boarded a plane late January, and I called Kaylee and I said, let's do it. And you know what, let's do it in June. And she was like, oh, okay. Thankfully, she had the same, we were both really excited and eager and felt like we work well against deadlines. And so in about we announced in February, and literally 4.5 months later, we were standing on the stage at Red Rocks, presenting a pilot episode and a John Legend concert last year in June, and the festival just exploded. And so there are several different sections of the festival. We have an independent pilot competition. So we show all fully produced and created pilots across all genre in competition, and we have a jury that come and give awards. And then we also had 9 major network premieres. So we had the cast and creators out of USA's Mr. Robot. We had the world premiere of AMC's Human, stuff from HBO, FX, Condé Nast Entertainment, and then we also had a series of panel discussions kind of about the future of entertainment and about different aspects of episodic storytelling. The most important thing for us is creating a community. Yeah. And I think that was one of the things that really came together so nicely and was such like we knew we were onto something. Was, I think a lot of times, networks are in competition with each other and things like that, and all of a sudden you had all of these groups of people then with all of these, creators, producers, writers, actors, all who have been trying to do the same thing, having the same obstacles, challenges, questions, thoughts, whatever, meeting in a place, networking and sharing and celebrating what's going on. And I think that's where the real heartbeat of SeriesFest is.
That is so exciting, and I know when I became aware of SeriesFest, it did seem to sort of have come out of nowhere, and I was like, we have to go check this thing out. So I took Tom, and we went down to the SIE Filmcenter, and we're just blown away by who was there, the quality of the pilots that were there. And
have to come this year. It's another amazing group of content creators. I think our pilots this year are pretty incredible.
Astounding.
We're excited to announce it in the next week.
And our
Special
opening night.
announcement. Okay.
Yeah,
Give
our
us the
opening
news.
night.
Okay. So this is all, so what special announcements do you have about SeriesFest 2?
So SeriesFest Season 2, last year we had Whitney Cummings and John Legend, which was absolutely amazing. And this year we are having the North American premiere of BBC America's The Hunt, which is their follow-up series to Planet Earth, which is going to be incredible. And we also have Sia performing. So very excited about that. This will be her 4th live performance.
Third this year.
3rd live performance, excuse me.
Oh no, you're
It's 4th.
No, you're right.
I'm
Fourth.
right.
I'm wrong.
It's 4th.
Kick me
because
out.
She
What
did,
do I
she
know?
did two at Coachella.
You're right.
She did 2 at Coachella. She has 1 more this month, and then her 4th live performance that's not on an awards show is going to be at SeriesFest at Red Rocks. It's going to be an incredible show. She got rave reviews and everyone talking from Coachella last weekend and the weekend before, so we're really excited to have her. She's an incredible artist and
Director too.
yeah, when we reached out to her and told her what we were doing, she was so supportive and loved what we were doing, and we're really excited to have an artist like her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to talk about was, do you notice anything special about staging SeriesFest here in Colorado? Something we often talk about is this Colorado collaborative ethic, you might say. And do you notice anything like that in Colorado and Denver here that is different than you might see in Los Angeles or New York?
Well, I just feel like from the moment we sat down with Donald and Britta, it was like we were their partners and there was this big welcoming and everyone wanted us here and everyone has been so helpful. There definitely feels like there is a community here, which is so powerful. And even beyond that, the minute I reached out to the DCPA and said, this is what we're doing, they're like, how can I help? How can we be a partner? How can we sponsor? And it's really helped us so we can really plant our feet here and expand and do the best and be the best we can be because the community has been so welcoming, local businesses. It's been really incredible.
Yeah, I mean,
Anything
totally.
to
I mean,
touch
it's
that.
like it's everything. I mean,
Yeah.
it's printing companies to catering companies to hotel partners.
To us last year, passing around postcards, trying to sell tickets for opening night, and it not being like in New York where people are like, no, don't hand it to me. People were actually like, oh yeah, I like John Legend. I'm like, great, you know.
I think it really has yet to take off like it will. I think
Yeah.
that the audience
Oh my gosh.
here is really going to expand, and I think
Thank
it's going to be
you.
exciting to see what happens this year. And are there any other special announcements or people that are partnering with you here to help you get the word out?
Yeah, sure. So, obviously we're the Denver Post actually just did a great announcement for us. We are partnering with a company that was originally out of Israel that's now based in New York called Interlude. And what's really cool, they're an interactive content company. And we are doing a 48-hour interactive series jam, which is sort of a long way of saying we're doing a hackathon. Which basically we're going to be pulling teams together to compete for 48 hours. They're going to create their own, minute and a half long proof of concept interactive series. And the winner is going to get $10,000 to create a 3-episode series. And it's all short form content that'll live online, but all of the tools are free. And we have an incredible group of experts coming out to not only teach how to use the software, but then to kind of mentor through the process. And so it's going to be, I think, a pretty amazing, insane 48 hours. But they're going to be creating full interactive content, whether that's a choose your own adventure. There's so many different forms of it. Choose your own adventure, different viewpoints. You can have stories that unfold in different ways that you choose, or that you kind of see it from, that then come back together. I mean, there's just so many different ways that it works. And so we're excited to see we're really expecting the local community to play a big part in that. And so we're excited to see what new forms and ways and stories can be told across a very exciting, and I think, we're really talking about the future of digital content right there. So we're excited to be doing that. And our Storytellers Initiative is coming back.
Yes, so our other program we have is the Storytellers Initiative, which is a half-hour comedy pilot competition for scripts. So we have already closed submissions for this year, and we accepted hundreds of half-hour comedy scripts, and a team of people have read them. Semifinalists are announced in about 2 weeks. And then from there, we choose of winners to come out. We put them up. They do a 2-day workshop with our partners on it, Yay Big Entertainment and Parallel Entertainment. And the riders get an opportunity to work with mentors in the industry who are writers and showrunners to learn more about the industry and what it's like being in a writer's room and how to improve their pilot as well as how to pitch it. And then it all concludes with a live performance of their script being read at the DCPA. So we had it last year and we're doing it again this year, which is really exciting.
What a rare opportunity for Denver, for Colorado. I think exciting opportunity for so many people here that has really yet to be discovered by most people. I think there's still so many people who are going to hear about SeriesFest and just be really excited.
Well, as fun as it was last year to do it in 4 months, it's really nice having the full year this year, because I think that's one of the things that we're obviously amping up on our side is building our brand and especially our presence here locally.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, if people want to find out more about SeriesFest and some of the events leading up to the event itself in June, what would you tell them?
Go to the website, seriesfest.com. Yeah,
and
we can put that
to
on
piggyback off of what Randy was saying about the Denver Post, we also were written up by Westward as the second best film festival in Colorado. So if you go to our website, you can also see all the press that we've had, because we've had a lot of amazing press out of Colorado and nationally, and we're really thankful for that. Because, you know, we can be as amazing as we are, but if the word isn't getting out there, then it's not good.
If a tree falls on the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and what
right.
about, maybe you should tell about how guests can join us starting May 15th.
Yes. So starting May 15th at the SIE Filmcenter, we're doing weekly events. So starting May 15th, on that Sunday, we're doing, who'd you say we just confirmed?
So we're going to have Carlton Q's night first, but really it's all about their themed nights called Primetime Sundays. You can come out, have a drink. They're free events, and really it's just about watching some of your favorite shows in
Celebrating television.
Yeah, and celebrating television in a premium experience. We're also going to show some new content on certain Sundays, but you'll see everything from your favorite episodes of Cheers and Friday Night Lights and Doctor Who and
I Love Lucy.
I Love Lucy's coming.
Your
my
favorite. How
my
could you
favorite.
forget that? I Love Lucy.
My favorite. We might even have a vitamin to vegemin contest. I can't even tell you.
Yeah.
So we're excited. So join us on Sunday night starting May 15th. Again, free events, and just come have drinks and do trivia and maybe win some tickets.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's all we have. I think we've covered it. It's good. Thanks for
you.
joining us here on
Thanks.
The Kick. Kaylee, Randy, and SeriesFest happening this June.
June 22nd. Be
I
there.
can't leave you
Red
here.
Rocks, Urban
Yeah.
Square.
Wait.
All right. Thanks. That's it for The Kick.
That was definitely awkward.